So once again, and that's great. So, you know, that's starting. That's fine.
That's
Yeah, my social media don't want me to go in. Really, right.
Hey, everybody, are we going to be starting soon?
Gotta basically get up and copy the number. Put them on.
Hey, Michael, I see you look at the screen. Are we starting soon?
Yes, I believe we're just doing the last stages of getting everything ready. So give us one moment.
Okay, thanks.
So. Executive order. So that means you have out in the midterms, but I hope you do really well. You still need.
Okay, everybody, we need to stop talking. Hello. And for those of you online, we're still kind of putting stuff together here, so maybe 2 more minutes. And for those of you in the room, everybody who's here in the room needs to sign the building agreement, waiver. Everybody's done now? Michael? Right, I know, but I see there's a bunch here, but
We passed them out, but I haven't done anything back.
I put.
okay, so yeah, the sincerity, there's something about it really on, but I need is everybody's fine now.
Yeah.
Is it all possible, including one for me, because that's.
Yes. Does it happen?
And does everybody have?
In the real one.
You might get murdered.
Oh.
My-
Okay, they got you already. Oh, you got the spiel.
Okay, and there is food in the back. All right, so we are going to start the meeting now. We do have the forum, though just barely, but we have it. I don't have a pen. If somebody has a pen around here that can just sit in the middle of the table at joint use. Okay, would be great.
My pen's.
No, this is so I can just check things off. As we get through, as we get through them.
Well, they got.
Yeah.
Yes. Who's not waiving?
I'll take one. Thank you.
No, okay, no, I don't have the plan.
Like I said, just.
You got them. Yeah, but I don't think he's the only one. I've only got 6.
All right, so can,
Hello,
hello.
did you guys take roll already?
I have without 2.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, please let me know, everybody, if you can hear me, because otherwise.
I can barely hear you.
Can someone have us up with
Adios,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, there's been an emergency that just occurred. I'm traveling and I was just robbed and I'm dealing with the police right now in real time. So I logged in to tell you they stole my computer and stuff. So I'm literally dealing with it right now in real time. And I'm sorry I can't stay, but I had to at least tell you guys something. So I hope this is excused because it literally is an emergency. I don't know if I need to turn the camera around so you can see the police I'm dealing with, but I'm literally, it just happened.
Got it. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, thank you. See y'all next time.
So now everybody else can hear me? Okay, perfect. I'm Laura Myers. I am the president of United Neighborhoods Neighborhood Council. We're officially calling this meeting to order at 12 minutes after 7, so sorry. And can we do a roll call, Michael?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Candid.
Here.
The grid.
Excuse.
Elizabeth,
Present.
Hunter. Here. Laura,
Present.
Joshua.
Here.
Joe is absent. Edward. Here. Michelle.
Here.
Kamala.
Present.
I'm here. Kareem. Michael. Chris.
Here.
Yes.
Sandra. Here. Caesar. Here. Rabia. Marco.
Okay, and I'm gonna. I'd love to share, does anyone who will share this on the newly refunds? Okay. Can people online see the agenda? Great. All right, so I'm gonna scroll through this rather quickly. We just did the call to order. The next item after reviewing the agenda will be public comments and announcements on items not on the agenda. Number 3 will be very brief, as it turns out. But a couple minutes, Unnc iconic images, it will not be a presentation, we received none. We have on item 4, 1 candidate present to be appointed ideally to the board. And we have government agency reports and comments. We have several for tonight. With an addition, we have tabled at the March meeting a request for funding from South LA Trees to purchase supply for for upcoming tree plantings. Teresa will tell us how she wants us to handle this. It had been presented as an NPD. We tabled it. So I'm adding that to the agenda. So for those of you in the room, it's on your agenda with some yellow highlight, but it's not on the agenda that's presented to the screen. Then we're going, so we have several other funding requests, upcoming community events as a discussion. And then we have a couple of letters, community impact statements to discuss coming out of our Recreation Parks Committee. And then updates, not voting, no voting tonight on anything from planning and zoning. I'm sure you're all pleased about that. And other committee reports and updates, and then we'll get to executive committee. So it's a lot of stuff on this agenda. Kind of as always, unfortunately, but that is the agenda for tonight. Okay. Are there any public comments and or announcements on items that are not on the agenda? Teresa.
Thank you, Laura. Hi, everybody. I'm Teresa Masonette. I used to be on the board and I live in the West Adams Avenues, and I want to give an update on the spring extravaganza that's happening at the South Seas House this Saturday from 10 to 2. It's a free event. There will be a DJ, food, Easter baskets, and an egg hunt for children based on their age. So the little kids won't be competing with the bigger kids during the egg hunt. If you would like to volunteer, I believe Laura has a flyer, or it's on the UNNC website if you want to volunteer, or if you just want to register your child. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. The other update is regarding the tree planting. I'm not sure if Siobhan and Chris are going to talk about it, but Western Heights and UNNC and Los Angeles Conservation Corps and the sanitation, LA Sanitation, we're having a tree planting next Saturday, April the 11th at 21st and Gramercy from 8 to 12. Some of you may know that there are those empty tree wells. The neighborhood council funded the removal of those dead trees, and now we're ready to plant in some new trees. And USC is also part of this project, and they're bringing in the taco man. So we're going to have some coffee and pastries and things to get us at the kickoff, and then we're going to plant some trees, and then we're going to also have some tacos. So we're hoping everybody can come out, especially the folks in Western Heights. And we also have a flyer, and I think the website will also have an update on that. And just to correct Laura, what we wanted to do with the South LA tree was to buy everything, but we no longer need to do that. We just need some reflective tape. Because there seems to be a little issue with some people running over those little bump outs. So we're going to put reflective tape on the tree stakes. But that's only $10. So South LA Tree Coalition is going to cover that. So we don't need to do an MPG. And that's all I have. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Teresa. And I will just supplement, we will have a little more detailed discussion about volunteering for these events later in our agenda. UNNC will be at the event this Saturday for the spring egg extravaganza with our kitty goodie bags with crayons, coloring books, and wrapped cookies, or wrapped goodies that are not candy nor hot dogs. And so, but we'll talk about that a little later. Any other general public comment? Thank you.
That's Michael Kimbrough. I'm the representative for the Avenue. I'm not quite sure how this happened, but recently there was a rollout from the city about the placement of speeding cameras. I believe 125 of them will be located throughout the city. What I don't understand is why the neighborhood councils were not consulted on the placement of those cameras prior to the decision on where to locate them. I think we are the eyes and ears, and yeah, really, that's the point of the communities. And I not that I want to talk down whoever made the decision. That's not my intent, but we should have been consulted. And I insist that in some way, shape, or form, when the next rollout that our input be placed out, and I'm speaking to the council office directly. I don't know where these cameras, I know where there's supposed to be one on Adams or at Adams in Arlington. And it was a little confusing because you said two different intersections, but you didn't say how the cameras were going to be placed. If it's a camera, it's going to be placed at an intersection. Otherwise, there are two facing in the same direction. So if you read through the article, it's not clear at all how these things are going to be rolled out. And I don't know when it's happening, but we need to be consulted on the cameras that are going into our.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Let me just ask, Ally, is this something that City 10 wants to address in a few minutes in the middle of your report? Because then we can have discussion at that time. This is just general public comment. Fine. So as long as you say yes, then let's defer further discussion, because general public comment's not supposed to trigger discussion. Yes, thank you. And please identify yourself.
Of course. Here we can, I'm with ADA, the American Education Program. We're located on 29th and Crenshaw. In addition to substance use treatment and recovery services, we also operate the West Adams Workforce Center. And it's really great center for resources in the community, anyone across the city, there are myriad resources across LA, but anyone can stop by and have a workshop, financial solutions, we have a lab, so you can build resume, where you can connect to employment. And so I just want to plug in with that resource center, but we are hosting a 4-part workshop series in partnership with Chase Bank, right there in the park, the corporate one weekend shop. It's focused on those credit savings, as part of our financial empowerment series this month, and it launches April 14th, and it goes through May. I have a digital flyer, it has a QR code, where's the best way to connect?
If you would send that to president at UNC, and I will share it with Hunter, and we will, both e-blast it and social media posts it.
Thank you.
Hunter, do you want to tell everyone what we're eating and
Over what?
eating and something?
Oh, today I get food from Calori Kitchen, which is in Harvard Heights, a little local Italian restaurant. Thought it would be nice to support local business as opposed to supporting stuff like for once. If we like it, thinking we can maybe make this a monthly thing, try to cut costs and something that Laura has to do every month. But let me know your feedback.
Well, I'm enjoying my garlic.
Yeah.
Not sure everyone else is enjoying mine. Okay, any other public comments? All right. So the next item is UNC iconic images presentation. I'm sorry I used the word presentation now that I know we don't have one. So well, let me just say, we had to turn in our agenda quite early because of a mandatory holiday at Dunn, staff holiday money last week, and then the farm workers holiday. So our agenda was turned in long before I knew that our stakeholders were not in fact going to contribute even one, not even one idea of a photo. So you're wondering what the heck I am talking about. So
The mural.
for the mural. So let me,
Is this iconic images now? Or is this
yes, item 3, iconic images, which I'm going to pull up. And so we'll just need to discuss how we're going to proceed, and I haven't thought my thought. Okay, so essentially, several years ago, and I hope everybody can see, this is a presentation, not a mural. Several years ago, the Council District 10 and the Cultural Affairs Department of the City of LA put out an RFP to put for artists to respond to put a mural on the former field office for Council District 10. So the building at Western Avenue between 18th and Washington. And there's multiple walls. And well, like 80 or 90 different artistic teams responded. And it was a very competitive process, and then they winnowed it down to 5, and then they winnowed it down to a winner. And the only issue is that the main response from the local community meeting back several years ago, and as well as commentary that the judging panel had, and I know this because I was on the judging panel, was that the background images were a skyscraper, like a downtown skyline, and we're not in downtown, that we wanted the images to be more reflective of this community. So what you see on this, it's hard to see, I'll make it a little larger. But the people you see in the imaging are actual people who are homeless, or who at the time were homeless, and who were interviewed and agreed to be photographed to then create the images on the mural itself. So the theme is about, homelessness, because the building at this point is being used as a homeless service. Yeah. Then you can probably see, so there, is the helping hand, but with a tall skyscraper behind it. And again, a heart-shaped hand, human in front of it, but the background is skyscrapers. So I think we have a pretty good idea ourselves, and we saw some images at our retreat, in fact, of what our own iconic images are, and they don't have to be tall, but we do have a couple of tall buildings that are iconic. We have the storage building, the Art Deco storage building on the corner of Crenshaw and Pico, not our storage building, but the other, 1930s Art Deco tall building. Down in Jefferson Park, we also have a tall, holy name, the Catholic church with a tall tower. Holy name of Jesus. On Adam, we have Holman Church, we have McCarty Church. So we can't have all churches either, but the other iconic kind of images that we think about here a lot in Unnc would be like a row of bungalows in Jefferson Park or a mansion on Adam. I mean, in other words, there's a lot of images. So that we are familiar with. But I had told CD10, and it wasn't Ally, it was Danielle who's kind of coordinating this for the council office, that we would ask our stakeholders. And I did, we sent out an email and, anyway, nobody responded. So my question for you all is, I didn't send out an email direct to board. I sent out an email to the 1,000 stakeholders who are on. So of those, we still had a 0 response. So my question for you all is, do you trust executives to just no to win? Because they really want to get going. Well, what would you like to do, Edward? And then
I'm just saying, I think that we could just, this is like everything.
The conversation is just about the silhouette that we see in the back.
ideas, they're still going to draw their own art.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just to provide
Well,
image ideas that are local to the artist team. Okay, Sandra, then Michael.
So we did just, the third of the library, we reached out to muralists, there's quite a few in the area. I just was saying that the footprint that you have on social media is not that effective. I use Next Door and then just down the department with Avatar, Facebook pages, and I got a really good response. So I was just.
Well, we weren't looking for artists. We were looking for our suggestions of those iconic buildings.
So you wanna, so we're saying that, let me be clear. So you're saying that on these particular buildings, you want, the suggestions from our stakeholders,
Can you go back to can you go back one?
and I still wanna say that, in the conversation, sorry, it was just not muralists, I asked for muralists, but people would give me their input. So I'm just saying, I feel that the footprint that social media that you guys are using, not very effective. I would suggest you use Next Door, a lot of people on there talking about a lot of things, and then the other Facebook ones that we have. You want suggestions, they're there. Okay, now, when we go back to the, sorry, one more thing.
I think that she's saying, do you see how these are black skyscrapers on this mural? So I think she's saying that since we don't have skyscrapers in our district, we wanted to show buildings that depict things that are in our area.
Running in the background, that's all.
Okay, I think this is pretty simple. I think we've already talked about it. Why don't we put together a collage of the landmark buildings?
Well, that's at this point what that's all I wanted to ask you is, do you, at this point, trust a few of us to just pull that together and then send it out to you?
Collage of the iconic buildings. Maybe we don't do all churches, but do something that.
No. We're not creating the mural.
I understand, right. So we can take a vision of what we want to create, obviously this is going left.
Who's gonna do it?
So-
Yeah. Well, I
He's
can do
gonna
it. I
He's gonna make the mural. I'll make the mural. I can Photoshop. I can do that. That's fine. Just give me the names of, not the murals, the image to give the mural. I can do that. I can do that.
I just don't want a big picture of Cody Brown and stuff.
Of what?
you have your hand up.
Oh, yes, thank you for recognizing me. Yes, I'm in alignment with the philosophically in alignment with the concern regarding the skyscrapers that aren't representative of this neighborhood. I would also suggest that the Wilfendale Club is an iconic landmark in our area. For those who aren't familiar, it was established in 1944, and it's the oldest and probably one of the only clubs that was started for African American women in this in Los Angeles. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's a great
Thank you.
suggestion.
Very good suggestion. And Chris Carlson? Chris?
Muting, okay. My one question, this building now houses the LA Housing Authority, right, for the whole city, is that
No,
correct?
that is not correct. It's a
What is in this building today? And it's turns,
It's
how
a
does it?
homeless, it's a homeless services center. In theory, it's a group of different organizations which serve the homeless. There is no guarantee by the time that, you know, this mural is up and done, that it wouldn't have a different occupant, but this is the project that's approved. It's a mural on multiple sides of the building that pay homage to our, you know, unhomed neighbors.
Okay,
From
but the
housing.
homeless services that are housed there function across the city. They're not just in our area. Is that correct? They're not hyper local.
I honestly have zero idea anymore, and I don't know that it's relevant to the discussion of a mural, when there's a group of murals. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
The contents may change.
With us, ones.
I cannot understand nigger. Somebody's in prison.
No, there, can you get rid of them?
Just mute it.
Because you got all the phone. But they're not.
Great.
Excuse me.
Ally?
It is.
Yes, it is.
With firm. So at this moment, it is still being used as a city building. And allowing multiple occupants
Right.
in there, so that can change at any moment.
Exactly. It was donated to the city from Bank of America as a community serving building, and it's just permanent that way.
Quick
So,
question.
but the mural, not, now we're going to.
Yeah, it's like.
That's gonna be a no. That's gonna be a no.
Laura, question.
Yeah, we're having a little issue
Why
here.
are we still meeting in that building?
There is no community meeting room in that building.
We had one before.
That, okay, like Ally just, I mean, we're really going off.
I understand.
Like Ally just said, the council office is not there, and then when it was reconfigured for the current group of occupants, they eliminated the community room. Not to mention our storage room.
Whoops.
Okay, all right. Okay, so moving on, and I'm sorry for those online because we do have had an issue of an intruder, and now we don't know if we're gonna have another intruder. And Hunter's saying don't let them in, so I feel bad, but I'm gonna need to grab my email to make sure it's not somebody's trying to get in that we know. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I'm just having to clear it back.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, our meeting that.
It's annotation. Can you just? I think if you stop it there to go away, man. Let's see.
When does that?
Would we have a little,
We're wrong here.
there we go.
Move on.
It is anyway.
Okay. So bringing. This is not April.
Out.
Okay.
Maybe, we'll go. Don't worry. Here I'm leaving.
Having trouble.
Put it in Brian's.
All right, guys. What I'm gonna do is pull together on my end some images. I will send them to Hunter. Hunter may add some others. We are certainly gonna add Wilkendale, no doubt about it. And we'll think about some others. Hunter will send it out to everybody. We're gonna do this as fast as we can. And because the mural team wants to get going, that's the issue. Okay, appoint candidates to fill vacant UNC positions, but I think in the middle of all of this, we lost her, and I wonder if that wasn't the IMAC and not the other person who. All right, we're gonna move on. What I would like to do is move to item 5. For government agencies, reports and comments, Council District 10. Ally, if you could kind of come here so everyone can hear you. Never mind.
Yeah.
We want to introduce you to Shannon.
Yes, we do.
I don't know Shannon. I just started off. Yeah, and then we're disappeared off of the computer. This is Shannon. Would like to be appointed to our vacant at-large representative position. I would like you to introduce yourself to everyone. Are you sure after witnessing this little bit of a fiasco?
John, you just. But it's not the first time. I'm sure alone. Okay, fair, some part. What avenue are you on? Hold on a second. Well, what's your mind at? And I'm interested in building that,
At-large representative. Well, let's see, I'm quickly looking at. You've lived here for more than 10 years. You speak Spanish, yay. And your focus is gonna be community events, is what you had said. You were talking a lot about, and your background is education, but you wanna add a little more to what I just added more to your background.
yeah, I mean, I was just thinking more so of things to bring community together, not that I am the brains. But definitely want to be involved in, really, I think what I said mostly in the application was the, desire to serve the community and be a part of things instead of just sitting back and watching and forming opinions, but being more so involved in it and working with people who all have similar goals.
Okay, and anybody have any questions or comments they would like to ask Shannon or make to Shannon? Or are we good to go?
What do you think of the way we need in your area? My area, I would like to see come out more and be connected, I feel, you know, as you know, in our world now, we're right down the street or right next door, we really don't know each other, we really don't have established ties that get so single and important. I think that we can say and well-being of everyone, if we're all more connected. And so for me, in my neighborhood, I would say something that I would love to be more consistent with, maybe this is on fire that open to one. I mean, big green stuff, I like my alley clean. I like the weeds cut. I think that's about it. My Jefferson, or Jefferson and Veteran, so I think I'm your neighbor. So in that neighborhood, yeah, that's a little down to the. Right.
Okay, do I have a motion to appoint, well, I should say the executive committee recommends that we do a 1-year appointment like we've been doing all year for our new appointees rather than a long time appointment. So do we have a motion from?
I move that we vote to appoint Shannon.
I'll second.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so an executive committee
Chris.
member. Who was that?
Chris.
Chris, that's what I thought. Cause our routine is that if it's a committee recommendation, a member of the committee makes it. She did. She's an executive and it was seconded by Michael. And
All right, Candace,
yes,
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Joshua,
Is he still online? He may have lost some people. I want to tell you.
Edward? Yes. Michelle?
We lost Josh.
Yes.
Kamala?
She's allowed to vote.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Siobhan?
Yes.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Caesar? Yes. Great, motion passes.
Okay.
Sorry, which is for our group.
It's on the agenda.
Oh, great.
It's at large, group B, seats 7-11 through 11, but it's only for 1 year. Okay. Ally.
Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Ally. Just wanted to go over a few things. I can take questions at the end, just so I can get through quickly, and then I can move on to, the speed camera pilot. So just wanted to let you all know that for the month of March, we were able to, with your help as well, we were able to clear up over 300 locations with our rapid response team alone. That's with either myself, everyone who's helping Danielle's area, and information that I've received from you all of things that were maybe missed, collections through 311. So thank you. That results into a lot of LVs of pounds of items cleared from the street. And then I myself had over 100 301 submissions. So I know everybody sends me items, things that I need and can get to faster with LA Sanitation or partners. I put it through 301 and send it over to my liaison. So amazing April, amazing start and kickoff for March, excuse me, March. And then so fingers crossed if everyone else is putting 311s in. I also haven't received a response back to update UNNC's name on 311, because when you're looking up and trying to search the area, so you can narrow down under the search. There's a portion that asks you which neighborhood council you are in. And on that, it does not show. So when I look up any report, and I can see on my end, the name is different from when you're pulling up on the main search engine. So if I wanted to look up streetlight, look up, so I have to look at all of District 10 versus just narrowing it down to UNNC or EQUA or anything like that. So I'm trying to get that fixed, so we have a little brighter picture of what's being reported in our area and maybe how we communicate to our neighbors in our communities. I'm ensuring they know that's there for them. And it's a free tool. It's not free, we already pay for it, but it's there for them. And that's how we get a resource to generate. We put in multiple Caltrans right here. This young lady right here. Thank you for helping us, especially on the north side, and reporting everything to us. We appreciate you so much for making us aware of just movement in general. So everybody who has contributed to just keeping an eye on that Caltrans wall. We did get a report of a fire on the south side, closer to Crenshaw or to the, yes, closer to that area. So we have been on it and notifying Caltrans. Our liaison from our office does a really good job of making sure they are aware and we need help now, not scheduling for the future. So he does a really good job about that. So I appreciate everything you send, very detailed. Thank you. Our recycling event on Saturday was amazing. All of you that came out to support, thank you so much. And those who participated, thank you. In our hot zone alone, which is where we have our hazardous waste, electronic, household items that you can't, batteries that you can't throw away.
paint, things like that that we're holding on to, right? Because we know that doing the right thing is not tossing them in our trash can. So in the hazardous waste alone, our hot zone, we saw 800 vehicles. And in those 800 vehicles, people actually came back a second and third time, because every time they came through, they saw that there were other things that they were able to bring and drop off and get rid of from their home. So that was just the blanketed zone in front of the Sentinel. We also had tire recycling as well as a shredding event. And we saw more people, I would say well over 1,000 cars came through. People showed up at 7:30 and said, where do I go? Said, line up, we don't start till 9. But thank you to all of the community organizations that came out. We will have 3 more in CD10, including the next one gonna be closer to La Cienega on the north side. And then we're working to see where our next one will be. It'll most likely be somewhere around here in this area. But we have 2 other locations we're looking for in the year that we'll host. So it's very important that we recycle properly, but also it's very important that we have these spaces that we can recycle so we can eliminate dumping on the side of our street, right? Because most people now with resources then we have to go far and take these items and in fact have something that's not here. Or be creative with it. Coming up, we'll have the Mid City Art and Music Festival on May 16th. That's gonna be from 12 to 7 p.m. It's at Washington and West Boulevard. There's a 5K, community stages, live muralists, retail vendors, food trucks, live music, and a kids space. It looks like this is me, KCRW, Recreation Cafe, our office, and Holly Mitchell. But if you would like to come, it's gonna be fun. I have some flyers here for you. And then Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 is our spring event at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. That's gonna be from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So after the egg extravaganza, there's an afternoon space to go to. Also just be mindful the Crenshaw Mile is happening on Crenshaw going up to 43rd Street. So if you're trying to go down that area or trying to go to Costco or anything down there, it's gonna be blocked off in the morning. This Saturday. Yeah. There's also community cleanup on April 11th on Crenshaw Boulevard. I can send flyers if you have more info for that soon, actually. Saturday, April 11th, from 9 a.m. This is gonna be at 4030 Crenshaw Boulevard. That's gonna be near like the Krispy Kreme. And I believe that's LADWP. Right there. Okay. Who's sponsoring that one?
This is local uplift, Baldwin Hills Estate, Black Planners of Los Angeles, Graver Ave Block Club, Equa, and the Omegas. Yeah.
Let me ask, I sent Danielle an email. OPNC had contacted the council office to do a cleanup on Pico. And then council office contacted me because we share the border. Has there been any planning for that yet, as far as you know?
I can ask Danielle if she's receiving emails, but she's pretty good at getting the information out. So I'm assuming they're still in the planning stages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, because the idea was that it would be jointly saying, okay.
I think they wanted to do like shiny, correct?
I'm unclear. I'm unclear, but Elizabeth is just really wanting UNC to be doing a cleanup event via.
Oh, if you want.
Environmental committee.
I would love to.
Yeah.
But if there's anything that comes up, I will,
I mean,
get that info.
we're putting it on her committee agenda for next week, but that's why I'm trying to find out if there's already one being planned.
I'll ask.
Okay.
I got you. And then, so that's it. So let's talk about speed camera location. So I know that was in Assembly bill. That actually was, AB 645. So it actually was rolled out in 6 cities. So the cities that are included are LA, San Jose, Oakland, Glendale, Long Beach, and San Francisco. The way that these were, so we're still in the pilot process. Cameras can be added later on. There was a weighted process based on location and other factors that came through. At school zones, high and green, all of these are
Okay.
senior centers.
This is Laura speaking, and that's a nice theory. Michael was correct. The one they chose in our area is just stupid. It's from Washington to the 10 freeway.
I have to look to see where that was going.
On Arlington, which if anyone has ever put a car in that, I mean, I haven't driven that in years. Why? It's just a parking lot. There's no speed to measure by a camera.
So I have to pull up on the direction of the traffic camera.
I
because in
know,
the
I'm
original-
telling you in both directions, Arlington
So
really.
the original document I got goes from south to north.
Okay, what we would have needed would have been Jefferson to Adams. And we've been in, as you know, multiple meetings, you've been in multiple meetings with LADOT about that stretch. So to end up with something north of that, once the Arlington has slowed down to a parking lot, makes no sense. The issues, I mean, honestly, because, you know, we have a house that's at 25th in Arlington, it's been crashed into by a car. I'm very familiar. And once you get past that point, it's a parking lot. So it makes no sense. So Michael was right.
Similarly, the stretch from Arlington to Crenshaw on Adams is unbelievable.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yeah, it makes no sense.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put up a camera, let's at least make some sense.
They're speed cameras or are they ad set traffic cameras?
So they are speed cameras, so I can give you some information about those.
Okay, so they're photo cameras to ticket speeding drivers.
Yes,
That's what they are.
Yeah,
Yes,
11
So,
miles
just
per
so
hour.
you're clear,
Right.
I did not get a document that said, hey, choose this location or tell us location. So I hear you when it comes to media input, because when they inputted through a grant down on 39th, I have no clue, our office had no clue. It was a special grant that partnered with DOT to slow down 39th from Arlington to Crenshaw. Where they did the bollards and then the lines so people can park. Now, it does help slow traffic, but we didn't get the ability for community input, which we strongly would, especially with our areas that have stakeholders that do have a very large voice and want to make sure they know what's happening in their communities. So with that said, I do agree. There's always room for community input. Especially with things that are gonna affect the nearby neighborhoods, right? So I can bring that information back, and for future locations, if those are something that we can get community input, I'll be sure to do that.
I mean, they're gonna put them somewhere. So
Right,
who's making it?
we're currently in the preliminary pilot stages, so this criteria that they're using could change based on that. Anything can change because it's in the pilot stages. We always give feedback in the pilot stages.
You know, Laura, I saw something that was contrary to what you just discussed. I thought they were going to use the Arlington down the hill to Jefferson stretch.
Not for the speed cameras.
That's what we're using for the speed table.
Yeah, this is an entirely different, this is Laura speaking, this is an entirely different project, it came out of the blue. And they may well be perfect little intersections through the rest of the city, but the ones they've chosen around here are nonsensical. And that's all I can say, and that's all we should say, because guess what, it's 5 of 8.
Okay.
So we need to move on.
Yeah, so let me give some quick tidbits. So when it does begin, when they are installed, they will be installed in 2026. One thing to note is they will only be taking a photo of the back this year. They will be taking a photo of the back of the vehicle, not getting the face of the person for privacy. And it's a civil ticket versus something that. Okay.
They're taking pictures of Culver City. Why is it any different? And I don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
Got it. So can I mention that we're getting post-dated
Yeah, you
copies?
did.
Once implementation starts, There's a 60-day warning period before official tickets are issued. The tickets are issued for those traveling 11 miles or over. And then at every stage after a certain increment, the fines go higher and higher.
Yeah, the 100 miles an hour road speed limit, though, it's $500.
Yeah.
What is it?
And then,
That would be a
we understand that we have individuals who are low income and so there's a program to where they can get assistance on paying it back, payment plans, things like that. So just wanted to give you, if there's any information that I can get to you, I can give your feedback. I appreciate you bringing that up. But if there's any information that I can get you or any more information that I can take back to them, I'll be willing to.
Okay.
Can we have one more thing? The OT, so on street, maybe not, I don't know, but on street sweeping days. But sometimes we have to double park, unfortunately, this week they have another realistic for that. I mean, it's not good, we have no place for, out of the block, out of the that they're crowded, and
I have requested for oversized vehicle signage for your area. So that's gonna go, that hopefully will pass, but I have requested for oversized vehicle. That should help.
I know that, because you know. There's a lot, and we just speak to them about doing that, we're talking about low income or whatever, our income is and everything's going up, this is a new thing that just started. So now that we're already in a tight spot with our gas prices, and then we're parking on the side of the street, and not right to that too, I'm off the.
And we can talk on the side of it.
Okay, thank you, Sandra, and Ally.
Thank you, Al.
Thank
See
you.
y'all this week.
And is there anybody else who's a government, representative here tonight? Okay, moving on. Funding request. I would like to start with number 6B. Are we gonna be able to do this?
I have.
Oh my
I'll get it off.
Oh my God. Does anybody have notebook paper?
No, I'll get it off.
Okay.
And I'm hoping in the spirit of, in the season of rebirth, that tomorrow is
The computer will be alive.
roll a rock out of the cave and my computer.
Okay.
Do we blow that?
All
Probably.
right, guys.
I think just write down whoever's saying no. Like if
Sure, that's fine.
if anyone says no, I'll write it down. If everyone's yes.
Okay.
I can take it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, it's funny because what I would like to do is 6B first, enrich LA Garden Ranger program, because Katrina has been sitting here patiently. And California Dance Institute is not present, so let's take the one that is present first, if that's okay. Katrina,
Hello.
how are you? And do you have a presentation of any sort?
Yes, and if I can share my screen or I can email you.
No, you just share the screen, but I'm just asking your screen, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
It will be you personally sharing the screen, so I make you a co-host.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay. So please introduce yourself and you can now share the screen and I'm having trouble.
Okay.
Okay. And so essentially, this is a request for an NPG, which is a nonprofit grant for $2,000. It will be split more or less equally between two of our local schools, Carson Gore and Mid-City Prescott. Okay, so go ahead, Trina.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you all so much for having me. Yes, my name is Katrina. I'm a representative of Enrich LA. Just a little background and for our organization. We are a school garden nonprofit. We were established first in 2011, and we serve K through 12 schools all throughout Greater Los Angeles, including Carson Gore and Mid-City's Prescott School. So here are some photos of just overall kind of the work that we do. And so you can see kind of the different types of gardens that we have all throughout LA. So we will, when we begin working with the school, we will either, I'm actually going to go here to this before and after. So we will either renovate existing gardens. You can see here, this was a garden that was already pre-existing, and then these are like after images that you can see of when we come in and we kind of revamp the spaces. Or we will build a brand new garden that was not existing before. So these are pre-existing, and then something here like Academia Modern, there was no garden at all, and then we put in new gardens. So after the garden is built or it is renovated, we then begin implementing our Garden Ranger program. So the Garden Ranger program runs throughout the academic school year. And classes are taught usually weekly by a garden ranger who also maintains the garden space throughout the school year, as well as through the summer months as well. So I'm going to take you to just some other images that we have of our different gardens. And so through hands-on lessons and activities, utilizing our own garden-based curriculum, the students learn about garden maintenance, basic plant, earth, and life science, environmental stewardship, and of course, nutrition education. So the gardens are all organic, edible gardens, and students eat the food that they help grow. And whatever is not eaten then is shared with the students, families, staff, and their families. And then here, I just wanted to share actual photos of the school gardens. So this one here is Mid-Cities Prescott. So you can see this is kind of the outdoor classroom area, and then the gardens to the side there. This image on the left is Carson Gore, and then right, just like an example of a planted garden bed at Prescott. And then these are some examples of the activities that we do with the students. So here they're learning about what soil is, where it comes from, and they are then to the right dissecting flowers and learning about flower anatomy and where fruit comes from. Students do have the opportunity to prepare their own food. So here they've made a pico salsa, more flower anatomy diagrams. They're actually looking in and seeing the pollen. And then these are some of our harvests that we have. So for this grant, we are asking for $1,000 each for the educational materials, as well as garden maintenance and supplies, and kind of some minor updates that are needed. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer, and I can stop sharing now.
Thank you. So executive committee is recommending that we grant $2,000 as described to enrich LA's Garden Ranger program. And we can do a motion and then.
Chris Carlson moves that we fund the garden program for our two schools as described.
I'll second that.
Oh, no,
No?
we need a non.
Oh, executive, okay.
Caesar seconds. Because we want to make sure people are clear. Okay, so does anybody have questions, comments?
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sandra Pruitt from Jefferson Park. How do we decide, what school, how do you guys decide the school to, work with? Was it a request from the schools?
Katrina, could you hear that question?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it very clearly.
He was asking how you came to choose the schools to work with.
Right, and I will answer halfway with them. They've been working with Carson Gore since you were on the board the last time, actually, but.
Because, Sixth Avenue has a garden too, and we would love to have them,
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Katrina, they want to know how you select the schools, or do they come to you?
So it's actually through word of mouth. So we've established, some gardens. So since 2011, so we had some gardens, and then I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but maybe someone would visit a school that has the garden and they would show interest. And then once they show interest, then they kind of reach out to us and then we begin working with them. And that just ensures that it's something that the school really feels enthusiastic about and it really, wants the program to run at their school. So we do have many, many, many schools. So it is a long established program that's been running for quite some time.
Katrina, how long have you been with the with the group?
Me, myself, or I'm sorry.
When did you join Glen Rangers?
Oh, so I actually started working with Enrich LA. Is that what you're asking me personally? Sorry. Okay, sorry. I couldn't hear. Yeah, I actually started because there was an abandoned garden at my son's school. My oldest was in kindergarten at the time. And so another parent wanted to revamp the garden. So we started parent volunteering. And then I don't exactly know how, but Enrich LA came in and then I was volunteering with them as a parent, and then I began working as a garden ranger. So that was, I actually started as a garden ranger in 2017, but I was working for a few years as a volunteer before that, yeah.
This is Laura speaking again. I believe the Garden Rangers actually built the garden that is on Carson Gore. And that's why I'm saying back when you were on the board the first time and we had done a quite large MPG for that well, that's a long time ago. Yeah.
We call for the vote.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you all.
We'll do the roll.
Yes. And if I skip over anyone, apologies. Candace?
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Hunter?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
John shows out. Edward?
Oh, I think.
Okay, thank you. Michelle?
Abstain.
Tamala?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Corinne is not here today. Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Dawn?
Yes.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Caesar?
Yes.
So.
So it says.
Right.
Edward.
Okay.
Commissioner, not me.
Okay, got it.
Sound to it.
Yes.
So
Edward does not have an extension, correct?
he is a.
All right, let's stay in the game. Okay.
But we would know. Okay, so we have also a proposal from the California Dance Institute. They were not able to come tonight, but I do have a presentation. And it's double time sensitive because executive also wants to declare tonight the last night of the fiscal year for MPGs. Rather than waiting till May, because last year when we did some MPGs in May, they were all declined at the very last minute and we had no way to rectify the problem.
Well, sorry, it's not, I don't believe that, it's just spend the money, we spend.
And that too, well, that may be your opinion, but what we discussed was that tonight's the end of MPGs. Unless something really dramatic comes up, but in any case. So I don't want to defer this is my point. Is that okay with you, Candace?
Yeah, that's fine. I was just saying that this would be the last MPG, because if we give CDI what they request, we have to move like $11. So then we'll be.
Well, that too.
Yeah, we would have spent all of our MPGs. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
We've used all of our MPG.
Then there's.
Nice.
That is fair. Okay.
So that's.
So I have on the screen share a brief presentation from California Dance Institute. Their work in our community is also at Carson Gore, which is a coincidence that both of these programs are at Carson Gore, but not a coincidence in that it's a Title I school. And these programs serve, for that. So California Dance Institute has an after-school program in dance. And it also teaches, provides children in the school to take on the challenges of the world. I'm not gonna read all this. But essentially, they train all year long. And then there's the event of the year. They take the kids from other schools as well to, this year will be the Alex Theater. So they're taking them to a professional venue over a 2-day period where they get to perform with a real live 90s band and with children from across the LA area. And these are photos for prior performances. And some statistics. Basically the kids like. And the families and teachers like the program. So this is the presentation they gave us. I'm gonna stop the share. The financial details are, the only way the kids can go there is on a bus. And it's a big bus, it's a 50-person bus that LAUSD chooses the bus company. And it's gonna cost $2,000. And if they, well,
To go where? To the Alex Theater?
well, it's not just to go to the Alex Theaters, to go in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And the bus stays there for 12 hours. It is for all day, so the bus, it's the whole day, and then brings them home, and it's not just the kids, it's their parents.
Okay.
So it is expensive, and we did ask if there was any way to get competitive bids, and they said no, LAUSD selects the vendor. But Candace, you can probably, you went to the program.
So a couple things. So I went to the program last year and it was really nice. And all the schools got a chance to perform several numbers. So you could tell it was a good, robust program. The band was good. There were lots of parents and folks out supporting. And then I guess in comparison, right? So is expensive. Like I just chartered a bus for a trip to Sacramento for work. We had a full passenger bus and that was like $7,000. So 24, and I think the 400 was like for gas. They charge you wherever they take you, plus gas, plus them having. So in the scheme of things, it's not. That's about right charter buses.
Well, I also checked in with Venice Community Housing just because I happened to participate in an event that they had where they chartered a 50-person bus as well. And said, what does this price sound like? And they said it may be a couple $100 higher than we would have to pay after we checked in with 5 or 6 or 7 places. But again, they don't have the option to do the competitive bidding, but it wasn't out of line. For the thing I was participating in last year, it was like $1,850 for that bus. So apparently that's what they cost. And I just personally feel that we need to let our kids experience these kinds of events, even though maybe LAUSD should be paying for it. They're obviously not going, but they obviously are not going to.
And so we have to support our kids and they're venturing out.
Right.
So should I just make a motion?
Well, I will say that, no, the executive committee recommends. And so one of the members, probably Candace, recommends that we do fund this at $2,400. So Candace, do you want to make the motion?
Yes, I move that we fund the CDI dance request for transportation at $2,400.
Thank you. Sandra seconds.
Roll call.
Are we broke yet?
No,
We're not broke, we're just done with MPG.
we're just done with.
Which is actually good, because we are in a scramble usually to pay people. So this is.
And we get, the new budget starts in May or June?
July 1.
July, okay, so we'll have.
Yeah,
a couple months.
we have today, but we have committed some other funds, but we have today $16,500.
Left over?
No, left in, yes, unspent, but keeping in mind, that's before tonight. And that also, we haven't yet turned in our event requests for fires. No, for fire service day and for our, emergency preparedness workshop,
let's
but
hold
we
on.
have money.
Okay, Candace?
All the
Yes.
vote?
Yes, we're calling the vote.
Candace, you were yes? All right, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Laura?
Yes.
Edward? Sorry, Michelle?
Yes.
Pamela?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Kareem? Kareem. Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Caesar? Yes. Excellent.
Okay, so, 6C is, Dunn sent us an email, I think they sent it to everybody, Department of Neighborhood Empowerment. That we need to do a motion to approve the renewal of our Zoom license, and I certainly will check in to see how we stop hackers. And that it's increased from $200 to $255.61, but we need a specific motion and a BAC.
I will make the regrettable motion to renew our Zoom license for $255.68.
Is there a second?
I think.
Sandra, second.
I will, for the record, note your enthusiasm for that one.
We have a choice.
Any discussion or,
Let's just call out.
all right, Candace?
Yes.
Hunter?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Josh, Edward? Michelle?
We're not funding it, are we?
Michelle?
Abstain.
Okay, Tamala?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Ron?
Yeah.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Caesar?
Yes.
And Elizabeth.
Oh, sorry, Elizabeth.
And you know why I'm sorry, we're not calling Shannon?
She hasn't done the thing,
No,
correct?
but we're calling and she's ineligible.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
Well,
Just started. Well,
Right.
well, we don't embarrass her, but on the other hand.
Take the transfer, yeah, why waste the 10?
Got it. Okay, motion passes. Item 6D is really a question mark, but I think I already have my personal answer. But the question, because the board member asked me to put this on the agenda, should UNC donate funds to support the citywide neighborhood councils, both the budget day, which is in June, and or the Congress of Neighborhoods, which is not until September. So, my personal opinion is that this is a no for budget day, and that it should be a yes for the Congress of Neighborhoods, but we can do it with next year's budget.
Do you want to give them money already?
We did already give them money this year's budget. Yeah.
For the next Congress, right?
Well, because of how long it took us to get our act together, but yes, not you, just us in general. I'm sorry, no, the budget, these are events run by neighborhood councils, but they're run at City Hall. And there's a bill involved with that because there's all the staffing and the audio visual and all that stuff.
So I'm not taking part in us doing, setting that up at all.
Okay, in budget day, we really don't take part, that's why I'm saying.
Oh, we don't.
No, but Congress,
We don't pay no money.
but we could have input into the Congress of Neighborhoods. They're desperate for people
Yeah.
to volunteer at this point to help plan the next Congress of Neighborhoods. But my personal recommendation is that we not do anything tonight.
Okay.
And that we don't fund the budget day, but you guys can have your own opinion on that.
And I'm pretty sure we did that, Congress. Have you guys been?
Yeah,
Is it still a nice crowd of people?
it's packed. The last 2 years have been really crowded and they have really good, I like the workshops. I learn a lot every year and it's people who are really knowledgeable of what they're doing. Everyone gets to eat lunch and stuff.
Oh, the lunch part, that, you must know. Oh,
This
It's Michael.
is Michael Kimber with one question, doing the math, that's $50,000. 599.
Well, many neighborhood councils don't donate money.
Yeah.
Again, there's two different events
Or some will donate like 200 or 300.
There's two different events. There's Budget Day, which is in June, which brings a smaller, much smaller group of neighborhood council people together with the city controller, maybe the mayor, but I mean, they talk about budgeting and the departments going out 1 or 2 years. It's for people who really like mathematics.
Understood that, but how did we get to the number of 500 and what's that? based
That's
on?
the request on each of them
From
from,
who's
well,
requesting?
Budget Advocates is the neighborhood council organization that runs Budget Day. And then the Congress of Neighborhoods has a planning committee.
So are we one of the big boys? That would, I'm understanding.
There are some that donate like 1,000, I think. We're definitely not one of the biggest donators, but we are consistent at least.
Right, and
I
there,
think that if we've already donated for this upcoming council,
No,
we shouldn't do
okay.
it twice.
again, I'm gonna remind you, the intention had been that we were gonna be donating for last September's, but the process of,
That was the last time. That wasn't this time. We did it early this time, so that way that wouldn't happen again.
no, the early was really the late. It's just once, we just did it, it didn't happen quickly. We were late, so yes, that money's sitting there that they can use for next year.
I see.
But we can revisit this in the next year's budget, that, we don't know what we're gonna get to spend next year's budget, we can vote in July and it will still be perfectly timely for September.
So no to the Budget Day and yes to the.
Well, if everybody agrees, because
Is that the, on the table, is that what the discussion is, right? No for the Budget Day and yes for the empowerment.
no for the budget
That's
day.
what she's saying, yeah, but she's saying we're not doing anything.
I would move that we shelve this agenda item until next year's budget. And that takes care of both of them.
I'll
Thank
second
you.
that.
Second.
Okay, so we don't need to vote on
Okay.
that, we can just table it. And then on your agenda here, but not on the screen, that's item 6E is retabled because, Teresa said she doesn't want an MPG, she's just gonna spend the $10 from her own budget.
Okay.
So moving on, upcoming community event in UNNC tabling. And I'm sure Sandra has some stuff to say about this too, but we do have this Saturday. Next Saturday, and the Saturday after that. We have 3 events in April and we need people to table. I'm gonna ask Siobhan if you know. How many people, if you know, have already volunteered for the tree planting? I know Caesar, you, Chris. Is there anybody else who has already volunteered to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Edward,
I mean, there will be a table manned by Western Heights Neighborhood Association. I will be there to sort of marshal resources because we have some power needs and that sort of thing. I would imagine that we need probably 2 people at the UNC table.
well, these are, what do you need? What we're doing at the tree planting is not only saying, how many were you in NC, which we have to do, but we're also bringing out our green map.
Right.
And asking people to put stickers on that, so
Yeah, I think it's only from 10 to 12.
that's that, I don't know, how many hours is it?
It's 18.
8 till noon.
8 to 12, okay, 8 to, so it's 4 hours,
So how many people do you need?
you know? It would be great for 3 more, so like 1 per hour, but we can figure it out from there.
I imagine it's not going to take the full 4 hours.
Okay.
It's 9 trees in these teeny little programs. Can't imagine if it takes the full 4 hours, I'll be really surprised.
Yeah, so maybe,
So
what are we thinking, like 8 to 11?
I
8
think
to
it's
10?
fine if you depart by, if we're short and you don't have anybody for the 11 to noon hour, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
I think there
Yeah,
are a lot of
just
people
one more
there.
extra person would be perfect if they can still stay a little bit.
okay, and I'm why I'm having this discussion is because we have something also this Saturday. I'm doing this Saturday, Sandra's doing this Saturday, and Robbie is doing this Saturday. And then Robbie volunteered to do 2, but we need her to do Coffee with a Cop because there's gonna be some gather, which is the 18th. Third Saturday in April, because of some of the other, we're gonna do a push to get people to join the Economic Development Committee.
at that coffee for a cup. So, so I think we're covered with 3 people for a little kids event for 2 hours this Saturday.
Yeah,
I think, so, yeah, I think between you, me and Robbie, we're fine. For Hunter, yes, you can drop all the coloring books at Southseas tomorrow. And then we still have, we need somebody to go into storage. We did it, Michael did an inventory, but we need to pick up our orange bags and the rest of the kitty craft stuff in storage and also bring that out on Saturday. We need the orange bags. And
Who has the key?
I don't know, who has a key?
I think I have one. I think.
I can either give you a key or grab this out from storage or bring it to you, however that.
Well, we can drop it at Southseas anytime tomorrow,
Okay.
or by 9 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay, I could make that work.
Okay, so what we need from Southseas are those orange bags. We need 150 to 200 orange bags.
Okay.
And the rest of the you saw the crayons, that stupid stuff. Yes. Okay, so May 18th.
Some of the tables for,
Orange bags are in the big
He
cardboard
knows.
boxes.
Up in the box, yeah.
the last couple we passed out on Saturday.
Yes, so on Saturday, what we're passing out is kids' fun stuff and wrapped cookies or something, whatever I bought can find that are pre-wrapped so that nobody's touching them, but that's the rule. So I'm taking care of the purchase of the goodies. West Adams Avenues is taking care of hot dogs, drinks, and chips, I think. Nothing healthy is going out the door on Saturday at the spring. Eggs,
And what
grabbing,
make sure.
9 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
All right.
Or 9:30, maybe it's not, and they're doing, their tablecloths will be under the big built-in.
Where are we gonna be?
We're gonna be under the built-in,
That canopy thing that's already out there?
yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah, and they're setting, and Southseas House is sitting on the tablecloth. So who can do the 3rd Saturday, coffee with a cup? Sorry, I don't know the time.
Coffee with
Cup.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Southwest Division Police. Coffee with a cop at Benny Potter Park, Saturday, the 18th, and we'll send out an email too. So,
From what time to
oh, I knew you were gonna ask.
what? Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do it.
10:30 to 2 maybe, but I don't know, I really don't know.
So long coffee.
It is a long coffee, it's a big event. Okay, so I'm just hoping that we'll send out an e-blast on that, so we're covered now. We're gonna need more people on the 11th and more people on the 18th.
Which is the 11th again?
Tree planting in Western Heights.
Oh, that's on the 11th? I can go to that if you guys need some needs for that.
That'd be great. Okay. I wanted to say that Colleen also, people here.
Right, and obviously Teresa's gonna be there, but she's not gonna be sitting doing the green stickers.
Right.
What time do you need somebody?
I think.
It was 8 to 11.
8 to 11.
Ed, is that you going to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you guys, for the tree planting event, the email that Laura sent has the wrong time. It says 10:30 to 2. It is, it's 8 to 12. What's 10:30 to 2 is the Saturday coffee with a cup.
Oh.
Yeah, so we can get it here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
Talking with the.
8 to 12.
No, coffee.
Oh, coffee with a cup is 10:30 to 2.
So I was right on that one tonight. Maybe not in the email, but tonight.
I do have a question about the UNC pop-up. We can provide a table and some folding chairs. Chris and I will bring those out, but
We need the 10.
but the pop-up tent if you wanted.
Right, and Elizabeth, definitely, we don't need the tablecloth that you have. We do not need it this Saturday, and we do not need the UNC flag, but we do need that on the 11th and again on the 18th. So it's in your possession. And it needs to move to somebody else's possession unless you're helping on the 11th. I'm not sure yet. I'm guessing you're not able. I'm guessing I'm not. Okay, so can you, we'll just work it out, but I'm, well, I'm not gonna, yeah. Anybody know that they're gonna be on there on the 11th first thing, so I can drop it off to you?
You will be there. Either Chris or myself will be there probably around 7:30 in the morning.
But maybe Siobhan, you could, maybe your front porch the day before.
Yeah.
If it comes down to that.
Yeah.
So this is a lesson in, everything seems to at this point be in many people's hands, and we kind of need to consolidate it back into storage. Okay, is there anything else that we need to talk about tonight? I don't know. The only other date to really put into your calendars right now is May 9th. That's Fire Service Day. We are sponsoring with Fire Station 25th, which is also in Western Heights, their Fire Service Day. And we're going to play some sort of co-sponsor role at Fire Station 94. And I think because we're going to treat it as an event, and not get away with not having a UNNC table, because the clerk will think we're not doing outreach properly.
And that's the same day, right? May 9th.
May 9th, same day. It's Fire Service Day citywide. So the one on Fire Station 94, we're probably going to be able to reduce the amount of money. We had noted 1680, but I think we can get away with a lot less. But we cannot get away with not being there.
Okay. I'll talk to you about the date, because the date is the 2nd, and you have to submit 30 days.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I'm paying a lot. I know, because I have to submit not one, but 2 event requests. I'm just saying. And April 8th is the deadline, so that means we better I have to get them. Got it. But we'll need to, because it's an outreach event, we need to have a presence. And I mean, I don't think the city clerk or the controller is driving around and taking photos, but I don't want to be falsely turning in event requests. So, and they are competitive. All right. Anything else? Caesar, we're on our things. We have a draft letter regarding the proposed Paseo Alley, Exposition Place greening, and that's in our agenda packet. I'll pull it up. And then do you mind talking about it? And I'm going to say, I want to edit it just a little. No, but the reason is, you know how you said, oh my God, I just can't look. I can't deal with this mobility.
Yeah, that's getting too much for me.
Yeah, but once I did, I found some policy items in it that refer to greening the alleys near the first mile, the last mile. So I want to add the policy walk stuff that I found.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, so this item A, requesting the board to approve a formal letter to CB10 regarding the alley next to E-line and K-line now for a green project. To provide some context, this specific project was already vetted and approved by Metro in July of 2021 as part of their first mile, last mile program. However, while Metro provides the vision, the city is responsible for the building of the project. Currently, we're stuck in the implementation gap. This letter asks CD10 to step in and prepare a council motion to officially support the move this project forward. This alley is a vital walking route for neighbors heading to the Expo Crenshaw stations, E and K lines now, by Green Day. We aren't just adding plants, we're creating a shaded, safer, and more dignified corridors for residents that use transit. I can share that there's specific grant money already available for this type of green work. It's not just from the city. I know every time we bring up projects to the city is like, no money, but there are grants that we can apply for. We already have several nonprofits that express interest in partnering on this. So everything's pretty much lined up. We just need the city to help out to support.
Right. Right, and in this again, this is Laura speaking. For reasons not related to this, we had to start have to start diving into something called the Mobility 2035 plan, transportation elements, something. It's hundreds of pages. But within that document, when I was looking for the other thing we were looking for some other reason, it turns out that near the end of it, there's this whole chart of policies and items. So one of the items was greening near first mile, last mile. near metro stations. And indicating that who's responsible for implementing is council office and LADOT. So, LADOT is not gonna do anything without the council office, so I just wanna be able to add some of that policy language into the letter and say this.
Also,
time
quick
is
question
now.
about these letters, do you get replies, so like
Hardly.
acknowledgements or anything?
Yeah.
Okay,
It seems, but we're gonna try, keep trying.
okay.
Yes, Elizabeth.
I just keep getting personal phone calls of people who want me to attend their event or know about something, and it makes all the difference. So it's something to think about in the future, if we ever want to go to that, we really want people to engage with us, to think about doing the phone trip.
Yeah.
Maybe we do it once a year, but I
Right.
think letting people know that we exist, that we want people, we personally call them and say, please come to our.
Okay, well, we are engaging with a lot of people on this project, but we wanted. I think it's maybe more important that we approve a letter like this. Because we've already approved our position on this, because it gives, especially Caesar, who's reaching out to a lot of entities. Saying, now he can say, and we wrote a letter, when he says, dear Mr. Smith, I mean, blah, 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 blah. We've met with the council office, the board voted to write a letter to implement this project in particular. I mean, so that's what we are doing, kind of layering and layering and layering. So it's not so much that we're expecting a response, although it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be really, really nice but
Yeah, I wish I could change people's behavior that way, that they could just write something is gonna be key. And like Alexander spoke about it before, and I'm bringing it now, using different methods, like Instagram, like Nextdoor, just to see like, please, and then just, please, please let us know that you got that.
Yeah.
Acknowledge. I'm busy, it's so much better than nothing.
We're discouraged from using such social media as it's intended to be used by the charter. And if you go through the bylaws and all of the restrictions that are on us, I can't even say I'm on UNC on my Instagram account. Like, it's that restricted, like we can't engage with people.
Going back to the letter, can we move to approve the letter?
yes, thank you, Caesar, you can make the motion.
Okay, can I make the motion to
Yes.
approve this letter?
Is there a second? Elizabeth seconds. This is a BA, so Michael,
Ready?
ready?
Candace?
Yes.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
Hunter?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes,
Michelle?
Yes.
Kamala?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Michael?
Yeah.
Chris?
is Chris still with us?
Anyone? Going twice? Siobhan?
Chris is here.
You've gone.
Chris?
She's away.
Yeah.
Okay. Siobhan?
Yes.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Caesar?
Yes.
Not funny, right?
Oh.
Oh.
I called you the wrong one. Edward. Sorry, I thought I finally got it.
Okay. So the next item, and Caesar, you know what, again,
Yeah, I can talk about it if you want.
yeah, I was gonna say, again, remember I said. Did what I put on the agenda, which preceded what you wrote,
Yeah,
align with what you wrote, I never went back to
that's
compare
okay.
and contrast, okay, go ahead.
That's okay. The next item concerns the 2025 citywide parking needs assessment, NPA for short. This is multi-billion, I hope, I don't really know, I'm gonna say multi-billion, it's a lot of money. Roadmap that will dictate how the city builds parks in the next decade. Our committee has reviewed the report, and while we support the technical updates, it's a really good report in general. Like the new park classification system, we have a major concern. UNC is currently invisible under priority maps. So despite our high population density and severe environmental burden of being bisected by the I-10 freeway, the BNA does not grant our neighborhood priority status. The community impact statement argues 3 main points. Correcting the map, we need the city to acknowledge the verified park deficit within our specific footprint. Okay, account for the freeway, a physical and environmental barrier. It creates a compounded need for green space and air filtration that the current supported methodology completely ignores. And the last one is the end the zero sum competition. South LA neighborhoods should not be forced to fight with one another for a single pot of money. We are advocating for a regional framework where all high need area are elevated together. So this CIA ensures that as the city allocates billions of dollars for parks, the stakeholders in UNNC are not left behind. So I move to adopt this CIS letter for the council file.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to adopt that one or this one. What the motion needs to say is the concepts that were just presented by Caesar, which were written differently on our agenda because again, we had to turn it in while he was still working on something else. So what we'd like to approve is a merged, so reflect everything he just said, plus what we've seen on the agenda, except for it can't be long. We have to rewrite it to make it concise. Well, 2,000 characters as spaces total. You can't go to 2,000 and long. So, so we're gonna need to approve the concept.
Can we approve the concept? So
As presented.
As presented, yes. Yes. Someone second.
And again, apologies, we had to turn in the agenda so early this time that there's stuff on the agenda that's not exactly aligned with what we actually meant.
Candace,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Edward,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Pamela,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Yvonne?
Yes.
Sandra? Yes. Caesar?
Yes.
Okay, yay for UNNC's Planning and Zoning Committee, which has nothing to vote on tonight. So, yay. So I just wanted to give you a couple of updates. The open space elements, we've already talked about, we're gonna do a letter, we already talked about the concepts, and we were granted an extra 2 weeks. So, and executive will approve the final letter. So the public window to comment closed on March 31st. The reason we were granted extra time is that they screwed up and didn't send us all the materials we had requested to share with the community. So they gave us more time. The next update is about the objective standards for historic districts. And Caesar, you know how you asked me, do they ever, anybody respond to our letters?
No.
No. The letter we sent to the planning department on this topic, objective standards, design standards for historic district, we sent it on December 12th. Not only have they never even said, "Ooh, received," when I went to the historic neighborhood conference in February, the people I sent the letter to were all together standing there. So I confronted them and they said, "What?" And I said, "Here, let me show you the email on my tablet." And they looked and they said, "Oh, yes, I see my name." And they still haven't responded. So no, but in any case, they're having a quasi-public workshop on Monday, April 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. And when I say quasi-public, they still have only emailed the invitation to people they knew. Not, I mean, it's not really a big public thing. And moreover, it's a public workshop, but you have to register in advance, which is the opposite of a public workshop. I would encourage anybody who's interested, go back to the agenda because the registration link is on it. But basically what they're trying to do is create, the state law now requires that when a developer comes in and says, "I'm gonna build a multifamily housing project in an HPOZ or on a corridor that's historic, or for that matter, in any kind of historic district of any sort," this is the whole state, the planning departments throughout the state are supposed to respond objectively. So their standards can't say something like the design of the new building must match the character of nearby design, because what does that mean? It's subjective. If it says it must be no more than this tall, it must have a setback of no less than this and no more than that. It must be brick or this or, I mean, if it's specific, that's objective. So our UNNC's letter had said, well, wait a minute, you're only doing HPOZs, but we have national register districts, we have California register districts, we have locally our character residential overlays. The Community Redevelopment Agency had set up historic districts, all of which still exist. And all of these districts use something called the Federal Secretary of Interior Standards, which are not objective. They're subjective. So these standards should be applying to everyone. They're not. So anyway, so there's this workshop and comment period, comment thing on the 13th, and that is my update on that. And then there is a public hearing on 2800 West Jefferson. Last month, we voted somewhat reluctantly, not perfectly unanimously. We voted to support this mixed use project. It's at, gosh, I want to say 8th or 9th and Jefferson. It's 2800 West Jefferson Boulevard. The actual public hearing is Thursday, April 9th at 9 a.m. again online. And you do not need to register in advance for that one. You just need to click on the link and there you are, you're at the meeting. Okay, that's planning and zoning. Any other committee reports? I'm assuming Judy wants to talk about that. Any other committee reports or updates? Executive committee. Let me just do the president's real quick. Saturday, May 2nd, another thing to put on your calendar. Our board, the entire board, is invited to a meeting with Heather Hutt at their field office on Pico at 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I haven't checked in with Dunn yet to see bureaucratically if I need to post it as a public meeting, probably do. But for us, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Saturday, May 2nd. Did you think by being on the board, you would have 0 Saturdays to yourself?
But where is the office?
It's, I mean, I will send out, it's on
Okay.
Pico Boulevard near, I want to say near house or, it's not very low. I mean,
Cause I want to ask about the letter.
well, you know what, I've been asked to come up with the 3 most important things, so I'm gonna say greening is one,
Okay.
not your letter is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Quick
Michael.
question. How many neighborhood council districts are in 10? CD 10?
Maybe 10, 9 or 10, I think. And all neighborhood councils were invited. But I jumped on it, sent an email to executive to see at least which date all of us could maybe do. And Candace will only be able to do it if the controllers are back at work, because she has to get on a plane at noon. But if she has to be there 4 hours.
So this meeting is just us?
Just
or-
us.
And I think these are other people too, but.
Well, only CD10 and us,
Yeah.
not other neighborhood councils.
Not,
Just
not,
us.
no, neighborhood council, but it's not.
Just us.
They bring into that.
And we want justice.
Well, no, because the other they offered a bunch of dates. We just got there first.
Oh,
We got the date we
they-
wanted.
But she is speaking with all of them, but we
Yes.
just gonna be. Oh,
Yes. They've got a whole,
I think this what I should watch this out.
this is good. Okay, it's meant for,
What's the other test for me?
I meant for this to be 30 seconds. Candace.
She asked what we want.
What's the meeting?
So I think it's more.
Okay, so I will jump into the treasure report. I'll also say this kind of as a little bit of a side. So we did a rollout sheet where people wrote feedback, and so Laura just talked about coming up with 3 points. If you didn't get a chance to write on it, I brought it today. We might not have a chance to, but if you want to jot down any thoughts or anything that will go into the larger set of goals that we want to talk about, then you're free. And then I can also bring it back. I think I'm here on the 1st, I think.
Yeah.
But I could bring it back, so.
I see May 7 and so forth. So May 2nd, yeah, May 2nd comes before May 7th.
Got it.
But we could bring it to executive.
Yeah, so if you have anything that you particularly want to share or respond to or add to the points and you didn't get to do so at the retreat, it's in the back, so you can write it down. Okay, so the MER for March is not out yet, but
wait, we have one though. We have one we didn't approve last month.
switch hats to treasurer report.
Right, but we haven't any. I have it.
I just went on the,
No, February.
yeah, that's like the February.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna share that. We do have to approve that. And get it
We do,
uploaded
so I
by
did.
the 10th.
So yeah, February we have, March we do not. Most of our spending in March was on our wonderful outreach events. That went well at Leslie Shaw Park and just some, office expenses. So there's our big expensive public storage. Food for our governing board meeting, and then all of these Amazon purchases are basically for, the outreach. So we have, kitty corner materials that we can also use, this Saturday. What else did we purchased a bunch,
We purchased a lot of kitty corners.
a lot of kitty corner stuff. We also got some more, papers, sorry, flyers. And things from Print Depot and the map for outreach, so we could talk about the master greening plan. Spartan finals also for the event at Leslie Shaw, we paid our GoDaddy amounts. And then the expenses that you see at the bottom, we are catching up with our Zumwinkle invoices. It's always an interesting process each year. Because it takes a little longer to get a contract done. And then sometimes she sends them, doesn't mind her. So anyway, the expenses that you see at the bottom, that's the $1,237.50. That is the invoices that I submitted that they are approving to send out. And all of this is on our February. God's question.
We need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay,
You make a motion, Hunter? Okay, I second it.
Okay, Hunter moves, Sandra seconds.
Candace,
yes.
Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Pamela,
Yes.
Amia, Corinne, Michael,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Yvonne, Sandra,
Yeah.
Caesar.
Yes.
Passes.
Okay, and then,
Hunter.
Oh, yeah, I
As a
have
reimbursement.
reimbursement for the food that it's in the drive.
I don't have to
Oh.
show it.
hold on, how much do we?
Here. Make the motion.
Gosh, you need to know.
There was I have the legit receipt. Here it is.
He put it in the
It's
drive.
179.65 and it's in the drive as well.
179.
Still living that controversy about.
55,
the
yeah.
city.
No.
No.
Which is why we had pasta today.
So, I move that we reimburse Hunter $179.55 for purchasing board refreshments for our March meeting. It was
No,
March,
April.
April meeting.
This meeting.
Yes,
Just
Thank you. We won't have to do this every month too. We're gonna set it up so it's just automatically. comes to my
Well,
card.
we don't necessarily have to do reimbursements every month.
That's, yeah.
We want to get the vendor organized so that our credit card can be used.
Right here.
Yes.
Candace,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
Pamela,
That was muted.
Yes.
I'm a yes, Michael,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Sandra,
Yeah.
Caesar.
Yes.
Okay, and the last thing, technically, we are like $11 short for our MPG. So in order for the award to the Dance Institute to be exactly $2,400, we need to move $11 from
Where?
From outreach, $11 from outreach. Yeah. So you need to move $11 so that way we'll be exact, they get their money, because sometimes the website is weird, and if it's not there, they're like, yeah, so. Yes, so I recommend that we move $11 from outreach to MPGs to cover the amount for the Carson Gore bus request.
Is there a second? Sandra second.
All right, Candace,
Yes.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Hunter?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Pamela?
Yes.
Yes, Michael?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Yvonne?
Yes.
Sandra? Yeah. Caesar? Yes.
Okay, that's all I got.
Like you're.
I know you major deltas on the training, I think Pamela owes us ethics. And then I've already saw the issue with, Cornerstone.
I finished all my training.
It may not have updated. We, what we see the screenshot online. Does not show that you did estimates. But they don't update it very often.
Okay, because I have a certificate of completion that I asked for.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's key.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it doesn't show up as red. Apologies. Okay,
But Chris,
Crystal loves ethics.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then we have people, well, we will, Michael will check, we're beginning the cycle where there's a new group of people who will have to start renewing their training. But it's not quite yet. Okay.
We're done. Cool, wow, before 9 o'clock, oh wow.
Well, yeah, but don't everybody run out, we gotta clean up.
Yeah.
Okay, so, assuming there's no old business follow-up, nothing, right? We're out, okay. Meeting is adjourned.
Right.
Yeah, you have that.